Alright, so just hopefully a quick video just to show you what I do for kind of not fixing, but dressing up some of these stickers when they get a little bit old like this. Like there's some spots, you know, these little chips along this edge, right, that it just makes it look crappy, and you know, along this edge. Number one is if you take some rubbing compound and you just like rub it along these things, it'll clean out that dirt in there, the sticker, the dirt that's being held by the old sticker goo, and it'll clean up a lot if you don't want to do this next step. But if you have a little bit of extra time and you want to do this one, this works actually pretty effectively. So I bought a bunch of these, I think off of Amazon a while back. I think a 50 pack for next to nothing, probably less than 10 bucks. So I'm going to break off this first thing here, get down to fresh blade. I'll probably break a couple of them off, and then we'll get to work on this. All I'm going to do is basically just carefully and very shallow, even at probably a little bit of an upward angle, I'll use my hand and guide a cut along this colored line right here and just make myself a new cut line, because as you follow that sticker down, you know, it terminates in white. Who says that it has to terminate in this overage on the white thing? Why not just have it slice right down there? So I can use a straight edge and just cut that nice and easily. So I think I'll do on this, I'll take some painter's tape and I'll just run it on the good part. So I'll just create a nice straight line basically, so that I can trim above that painter's tape, and that'll help guide me along, kind of keep the edge north of where I want to be. Alright, so we're all taped up. We've got our white segment that we want to cut out north of the sign. It doesn't matter if you're doing this side and not the other side. I mean, you're not going to see both sides at the same time. There's absolutely no ways for anyone to compare those two. So I'm going to do most of this off camera, but it's just so I can get a little better balance. We get something to kneel down on this driveway. Alright, let's give this a shot, see how this goes. Alright, so I want to kind of have maybe just a slight upward angle and a very light touch. I just don't want to, it's not going to work to have an angle apparently. So a light touch right along the blue works as a really good visual guide. And I don't want to go deep because I don't necessarily want to scratch the gel coat. Steady breathing helps, a very sharp blade. And staying comfortable at all times just to help you to not get off track. You're not going to see the cut if you happen to go into the first layer or two of gel coat. You just don't want to crack that gel coat really, if you dig into it at all. And it shouldn't, I mean. That blue painter's tape, I really like that. That's really helping to keep the eye focused on where the line is versus freehanding this. And this extra thin blade is really helping to make micro corrections as you go. Hopefully my camera's catching this over my shoulder. So now the tricky part on these older stickers is getting an edge that's going to be worthy of being able to actually peel this up. Some of these stickers are so old and so brittle. So attack this with a real stout angle and give that a try anyway. I think what I'm going to try to do is put some heat on this. I'll do a heat gun and just kind of preheat it, and I think that'll allow me to peel this one back. This is a 2003 sticker, and this thing has been stored outdoors a lot. So I'll try and lightly heat up this area. If you lift up a corner, you'll see when the corner starts to kind of melt back or fold back in, which might indicate a good time to stop. Also, you only want to do maybe about 6 to 8 inches of this at a time, and then hit it and try to pull it off. Try that. Just to lift our corner. Seems like it might work as long as I got a good enough razor cut at that edge. So it's going to leave behind sticker goo on the top. That's fine. I'm only concerned really about getting that bottom, because I can hit this with a rubber wheel real easy to get that other stuff off of there. It's just along that fine line that we just cut that I'd like to get that main part out. Every time there's like a little break in this top, it's just gonna, the sticker's gonna rip, so a little bit of effort. And then as you're pulling, I keep forgetting, but make sure you keep a little upward tension, an angle at this direction, 45 away from it, just so that it doesn't rip down into the blue painter's tape. Sorry, my lawn ninjas are out. The lawn ninjas are out today, so. So we got about 6 inches of it out of there. Preheated. That next segment starts right here. Got a few rips in it, so we'll come at a steep angle and kind of slice ourselves a little dog ear on there. It's just gonna rip the top part. I have to get the bottom of the sticker. Still looks like that sticker's there because of the dirt line, but it's not. Let's see, is this sticker or? Hard to define where that sticker is, but really important to keep that upward 45-ish degree angle away from that blue tape, so you don't stretch that other segment of your sticker that you're trying to keep. It's that practical anyway. And then after we're done with this, we're going to hit it with the whole area with some rubbing compound, actually some, what's it called, Goof off or something like that. We'll get rid of the sticker residue, and then we'll be able to hit it with some rubbing compound to clean up the area and shine everything up to the same color. Running out of the preheated area might be what's going on. Maybe. Little razor blades sure do work well on stuff like this, though, without scratching your gel coat up. You can do this on painted hoods and stuff as well, but it is really hard to not scrape that paint, man, at the edge of the sticker anyway, where you're cutting with a cut line. Fact of the matter is, you're probably detailing yours to get ready for sale, or you just got it and you want to clean it up. So you're going to keep it for a while, so who cares if there's that little cut line there? It isn't going to hurt anything. So I'll do the rest of this offline and then we'll show you the cleanup. So here's something I'm having a little more success with. This sticker, after you heated it up, the glue's hot, but the sticker is also very elasticy. So as you're peeling it, to come right behind that line there and just kind of blow cooler air on it, seems to kind of shrink everything back and keep this thing in one piece. A lot better. Keep a short segment maybe, that would help. Okay, so just after pulling the sticker off, here's the flyby. You can see the shiny underside where the sticker used to be, but there's all that gunk and gum that's left there. You want to be careful with that if you do use a product like Gooby Gone and stuff like that, just because you don't want to hit the sticker that's below it and have that bubble up. So I'm going to apply some to a rag, real thin, and just kind of wipe it on that area instead of just squirting it on. I'll leave that blue painter's tape there for now. We use this one. This is from Home Depot. Just put a little bit on the rag and do a light application along there and see what happens. Mostly gone, but you can see, like on the blue painter's tape, it's actually taking some of the blue off. That's exactly what's going to happen on your sticker as well if you're rubbing on the sticker. So I say be careful with this stuff around those things. Alright, getting there. I'm going to finish off the rest offline and we'll take a look. Alright, so we've taken about 95% of the fight out of that sticker and rubbed it out. But you can see that shine line. Well, that's your gel coat where it looks like nice and shiny underneath where that sticker's been all these years, 20 years, and protecting it. So that's what you're missing up here. Actually, this should be as shiny as that technically. So leave this blue painter's tape on there, and now you're going to finish up. Let's take. I'm going to start out with 1000 grit sandpaper, wet sand, and I'm going to hit this area. It's pretty. This gel coat's actually. It's actually pretty thin. I can almost see a little bit of the fiberglass peeking through in here. So I'm gonna start with 1500 grit on this one, which is normally what you would hit with wet sand in order to prepare it for some rubbing compound if you're just trying to bring back the factory color. So we're just trying to blend this line in with this a little bit first. So I'll take a little bit of Winn-Dixie and 1500 here. Hercules, Harbor Freight Tools. We'll try not to wet this tape too much. I want that tape to stay in place as much as I can. Hopefully I don't catch an edge on there. So I'm going right along the edge of the tape first before it loses its ability to stick along there, just to kind of clean the rest of that up. And then I'll stay north of that tape with this 1500 to try to blend a little bit. Get that old factory whiter gel coat color back, and then we'll be ready for a rubbing compound or buffing compound, whatever you want to call it. Now our blue painter's tape is a moot point. At this point, we're not going to touch that anymore. You come close to it, we might nick it a little bit, but just stay away from it as much as we can. This 1500 is so nothing. I mean, it's basically shining up this part that I'm hitting here. That wasn't very shiny. Slipperier. Then you can put this on a oscillating sander, or whatever you call it, buffing wheel, Velcro hook and loop buffing wheel. This will take out some of your minor imperfections at the same time. It doesn't go deep enough to get scratches, but it should shine up nice. Here's a little bit deeper scratch here. I'm gonna hit that with 1000 grit, and then we'll come back over with 15. All right, let's reposition. So here's that little flaw. There's some 1000 grit. I'll just hammer on that for a second. Pretty light touch should take it out, unless it's going to reveal fiberglass underneath. It's like the gel coat's thick enough to take this. Yeah, just enough. There it is. So basically that spot is gone. Now I can take our 15 and get it ready for buffing. Put a couple more in here. Actually, I can see some gouges that'll I'll hit off camera before we buff. There we go. So that's going to be that. And now let's do our sticker reveal, and we'll do a poor man's drone flyby. You know what? Let me buff this out. A lot of different products you can use. I happen to have a lot of this 3M. It's a B, and a C. So this is the machine polish secondary, and then there's a third stage. But instead of using that third, the wax third stage polish of the C, I'm going to be using this new stuff that I bought here from Chemical Guys to try it out. Wetter butter, something. Hit that. We'll hit that with a nice dirty rag. I should have wet this rag with a little bit more of this stuff. I'm not going to get much action along that line, I bet. It's right on the tape. I'm hitting the tape line basically. I can still see that defining line between the what was underneath that sticker and above it, but it's really subtle. Let's wipe that off, and then we'll hit it with a little bit of butter. I will not leave these products in the description, so there they are. Bought this stuff so I could do a fine detailing on my truck. I'm wasting more of it on this ski doing videos than anything. And I need to find my oscillating polisher. This gel coat is really thin. I mean, I can see tiny little peppered flakes basically of the fiberglass peeking through. So either someone else did a severe detailing job on this where they burned through it already in the past, or it's just eaten through there over the years. Let's wipe that down. We'll see some shine at least without even using a buffer. Peel back our new sticker line. If you end up cutting off a little bit of your sticker and end up with a sticker line there, cutting off some of your tape and end up seeing a tape line, you can take some of that rubbing compound along here, that machine polish or whatever you want, any kind of cutting compound, and just a little bit along that line, and that will take any of that blue tape off. That's that residual blue tape if it left some along that line. Alright, so a little better. By no means perfect. We got our flaws in there, of course. But we end up with a nice factory looking edge. And we got rid of some of the ugly stuff, you know. There's some like that in the middle there that we can't do anything about. At least I can't. So this bottom edge is fine. There's nothing, I don't see anything real ragged on it. This one here, take either tape or something like that. Build yourself a tape contour along there and take off some of these chunks as well. Cut this a little bit short, maybe swoop it down there, and the sticker will look, you know, so much better like that. So something like that, you know, it's not straight. I'm gonna redo that one and try to make it a little bit better, or I'll just hand cut that more than likely. All right, so you can see on this one, I just freehanded this, and you can see the cut line there. So we're down in this area here, so maybe about not quite a quarter of an inch, a little over 1/8 of an inch to a quarter inch, somewhere in there. And then coming up here, we try to capture all those little divots and dinks like that, much as we could get, and then slowly taper it up to a point up in there. and now we'll clean that out. This one, I'm just going to use rubbing compound I'm going to use the part A of the 3M series on this one, just to get that dirty gooey line off of there with a little grit in there. I don't want to get that goof off near the sticker, and I don't want to have to try to figure out a way to hit that line with some blue tape to cover it. So let me get some of that part A and see how that does. I'm just going to rub it along that line. You don't want any kind of brake cleaner or carburetor cleaner, especially on this sticker. It'll wipe that color right off of there in a second. And so this is part A of that same 3M series. I think I bought these on Amazon, the A, the B, and then this C. That's a hand glaze, of course, for like 79 bucks or something like that. They've lasted quite a while. This video is getting awfully long at over 20 minutes already. So what I want to do is finish up here and just do this one. We'll do this one quick line. With this part A. And cut the video and let you guys go to the comments if you have any questions. Hopefully I can, usually I can't find the comments. I'm not really organized on my YouTube channel yet. So to see that somebody's asked a question, I got to figure out how to see that. But this is super effective at taking that sticker residue away when you do these cutaways like this. You can feel the grit at first really working, and then as you rub, it breaks that grit down and ceases to work pretty quickly. So you may need to reload a couple times on a longer cut, but it doesn't destroy the sticker like some of those other products do. A little bit extra residue there I couldn't pick up. There you go. And then we'll do a final flyby and cut this video. All right, so a little better. You know, I could maybe work on this swoop, cut this swoop down here is what I'll probably do, and capture this one. I'll maybe do a little swoop-de-doobie hoo, get rid of that one. That'll dress that up nicely. So a little bit crooked on my cut. Could have done a little better, but you know, from 5 foot it's still a stock sticker, and it's gonna look better after I'm done with it, after I clean that thing up a little bit. Hope this helped you. If so, if you got any value out of it, like, subscribe, comment, you know, hassle me, be a big Karen, whatever you guys feel you need to do, it's fine with me. I don't care, it doesn't bother me. You all have a good one, take care, and be safe.